how old was Thomas? He was about 5 years old. I think Thomas was 5 years old when we got started, and we were going through a tough time, and I really just thought it would be a great opportunity for him to build his self-esteem and his confidence, and I've been pleased above and beyond by where he's been able to take that. I absolutely have seen a remarkable change every year. He seems to develop more so, and particularly as it relates to his self-esteem and his confidence. And it's really helped him in school, and it's really helped him focus more so, and he's been quite much more disciplined in his own behavior.
My name is Robbie Chiuch. I'm 17 years old. I started training at International Karate Centers when I was 5 years old. And now that I've attained my black belt, I know that I can set my goals even higher than getting a black belt. Set my goals to becoming an instructor, to becoming a person viable in the workforce, going to college, getting my degree.
Reagan started here when she was 4 years old, and at that time she was a very shy little girl. Now today she is a very positive child. She is able to stand up in front of people and make presentations. She's not afraid of anything. She has turned into an amazing child, and I really believe that the International Karate Center has contributed to her growth. She's getting excellent grades. She gets along with her teachers and her students in her class, and the teachers tell me how wonderful she is. So I really believe that that's from the International Karate Center.
My son attended the school as a young kicker, and I did not realize how advanced the school is, especially relative to what you normally would see in a karate school. Listen, what they've done here is they've integrated a lot of things that are not normally taught together into one curriculum. It's very hard to find, jiu-jitsu and judo taught with karate. You can find them separately, but you'll never find them together. And it's like a reintegration of an old art. I had a son that came here and was in the Young Kicker program, and he was a child that had some learning disabilities. And the Young Kicker program really helped him learn to focus, and it had a big impact on his abilities in school. And it really has made him into a better student. And that's a program I could really recommend to any parent out there, particularly if you have a child that needs a little extra push or a little extra discipline. That Young Kicker program gets them focused and motivated. The experience I found was, at least for my son, to be extremely valuable once he got into school.
Hi, my name is Grant. I go to karate class at Sheetz Ellis's International Karate Centers. I go to class with Sheetz, and I'm 8 years old. I'm a yellow belt, and I've learned how to focus more and strength. And I'm having fun and happy here in the karate centers. It's really a good time. I just help at school when I'm learning reading, math, or science.
We decided to put our boys in martial arts because we wanted them to be well-rounded children and be confident in our very violent society. We wanted them to know that they could grow up and to rely on themselves in terms of going off into the world. What we found was that those skills have actually started in a very young age. They're very respectful of their teachers, their parents, their friends, even each other. They're very good in school. They've become very athletic. They're very strong. And they actually love the sport. They love the competitions. They do very well. They've made a lot of friends here.
We started it when he was 4, and for a couple of months, and we was hoping that he can learn some respect and self-control. And I can see a huge difference in his behavior. I have been talking to you, and you can see a big change in Don. And that's why we continue doing this. And we recommend, this dojo in particular to all his friends.
It's just a good feeling to be out there being watched and trying your best. It's not about winning. It's about having fun.
A black belt, of course, but, to learn something, to respect himself and others, and have a sense of discipline and self-control. That's more important than about, and it seems like he achieved that.
Hi, my name's Holly James, and I started my martial arts experience when I was 3 1/2 with Sheetz at International Karate Centers. I was in the program for probably 8 years or so. I started off only because my brother was 2 years older than me, and he was out there on the mat, and I came with my mom one day and decided that I wanted to try it too, and once I started, I never really wanted to stop until I got to my black belt, which I did when I was 11 or 12, I think. 10. But I had a really great experience, and it taught me so many different things about keeping my focus, self-respect, respect for others.
My name is Ron Sheetz. My son is Brandon Sheetz. He's about 5 years old, and he started karate with Jeff Ellis International Karate Centers about 6 or 8 weeks ago. And we started primarily because he had indicated over about the last year that he wanted to take karate. And my wife and I were very surprised at that because it almost came out of the blue. And when it first came about, we kind of discounted it and let it go because kids are, they talk about things they wanted to do. But over a year, he continued to talk about it. So we started to investigate and started to consider, looking for a place for him to take karate lessons. And we found Jeff Ellis International Karate Centers. And we liked the dojo, and we liked the environment and the atmosphere there. When we first signed him up, I was really concerned how we were going to manage that, how we were going to find the time to actually take him to classes on a weekly basis. And I'll tell you what, it's become so important for him, and it's become so important for me and for my wife, is because it's real valuable time that I've been able to spend with my son and share with him. That we find the time. I would recommend Jeff Ellis's karate school for anybody who has a child who is looking for them to gain the self-esteem, the self-confidence, the self-discipline. One of the things that he always teaches is that great is better than good, and you always want to be great. So I would recommend him hands down over anybody else.